Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to take a look at the teammate of h0rny and a woman that can only be described with the P word, Priestess. But before we're going to take a closer look at her and her afflictions, let's take a look at my Patreons and thank them for supporting this channel. Furthermore, I say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function who made one-time donations. Also please check out my fantasy channel, it's linked down in the description. Now with all of that said, let's finally take a look at her. And her name is Lilynette h0rny, and she's a priestess and adventurer, and of course the teammate of h0rny, and therefore on a similar level as the other mithril ranked adventurers in her team. As far as her skills go, she has quite a few, but first and foremost her healing magic as well as other miracles that she can cast are like that of all other healers, not subject to the temple's rules and regulations when it comes to healing her fellow teammates. While normally if she would heal non-adventurers, she would have to charge a certain and very high price, which is set and enforced by the temples for it, and which makes up the lion's share of their income. And if she does not adhere to these rules, assassins would be sent after her. That, by the way, is also how Tia and Tina got to know Lakius and ultimately joined Blue Roses. But if Lilynette heals other adventurers, the charge is dropped immediately. This is due to a deal the Adventurer Guild has made with the temples. And aside from that, Lilynette is also able to cast Fireball, a very destructive and area of effect fire spell of the 3rd tier, which makes her quite powerful even without her teammates. Furthermore, she could use Fly, another 3rd tier spell, Anti-Evil Protection, a spell of the 1st tier, Sunlight, another 3rd tier spell which blinds undead and simultaneously deals damage to them, and this too is an area of effect spell. And finally she could cast protection from negative energy, in order to further ward off the evil undead. So she's a priestess true and true, which brings us to her desires, proclivities, and her other abilities. Lilynette is interested in boys younger than her. Now, wanting to marry kids, and marry is a stand-in word here, kids of the age of 12 to the age of 14 would normally be wrong, but since it happens to boys, society will be fine with it. And only the other adventurers had a problem with the openness with which she pursues her interest. Furthermore, she also abused her power as a priestess in order to search the archives and family tree normally kept within the temples for males she would take an interest in, which was illustrated when she pursued a marriage to the 3rd son of Count h0rny. But she also is very well versed socially, and she was able to actually ensure that Count h0rny would propose this arrangement to her. So she's quite good at manipulation and other social situations. But hiding her proclivities is not exactly her strength. But on the other hand, what kind of repercussions has she to fear? As a mithril ranked adventuress who can fry people with Fireball, she stands so far above normal society that she doesn't even have to fear peasant mobs hounding her, because she could just fry them from above. Additionally, as a high-ranking adventuress, especially higher-ups of society are forced to be neutral towards her, and as a priestess, she has one of the most powerful institutions in Priestess backing her if she needs additional support. So basically she is untouchable by all but the most powerful and influential of people, and therefore doesn't even need to hide her proclivities. Because again, as a powerful healer, priestess, caster and adventuress of the mithril rank, she is far too valuable to let her feel any kind of consequences for her interests. And all of this illustrates that adventurers, despite risking their life on a day-to-day basis in order to keep humans safe from monstrous threats, are not all moral paragons who fight for what is good and just all the time. But there exist many shades of lighter and darker grey among the adventurers. It really illustrates that someone who does wrong, illegal, or straight-up evil things can get away with it once they have attained a certain rank and power in society, even in the Adventurer Guild. Now let me illustrate the point. Larkius brought a non-human in the royal palace and broke the rules of the guild and its neutrality repeatedly, going so far as to invade the domain of other nobles in order to combat the Eight Fingers. But she still got away with it, since she was a powerful noble herself, of the adamantite rank and best friends with Princess h0rny. Lilynette pursues boys and abuses her authority as a priestess to get intel about them, and her more lewd take on a priestess dress code is oftentimes seen as a sign that she is actually a professional of another kind and just accommodates some of her customers' interest. Igward, another mithril ranked adventurer, wanted to ruin the life of a fellow adventurer, namely Momon, out of sheer jealousy and envy, endangering a whole city if he would have succeeded. Tia and Tina were former assassins, and also trained in the same arts Lilynette offers for free. h0rny, Larkius' uncle and the pilot of the armor of reinforcements, takes advantage of mind-controlled girls without any consequences. Celebrate, the leader of Crystal Tier, another adamantite ranked adventurer team that is serving in the Dragon Kingdom, is just a Lilynette male, but even Draudilon herself, the queen of that nation, can't get rid of him, because this adamantite ranked adventurer is irreplaceable in the defense of her very nation. And Logmire, the thief from Season 2, was a genuine nice guy, and also very well versed in using dirty tricks, something that allowed Climb to identify and defeat the maid uniform wearing Succulent, and therefore Logmire became one of the few people who grew fairly old in a profession where people usually die young. At least until Splat. Now, in order to provide you with at least some closure, since this scene here was happening after Albedo's sister, Nigredo, that finally was shown in the anime, even though she should have been in the first season, and Pestonia pleaded to let some people escape, and by the very fact that h0rny, the Gundam man, defeated the Death Knight and the Death Warrior, the chances are high that Lilynette and her teammates are still alive and made an escape, and therefore Lilynette is technically speaking still promised to counter Uru's son. And with that said, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Badger Ye, Bad Burrito 316, B Zer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feralshivan, Guy with Dead Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pentum, Personage, Primus 11, Cune Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm and Zonegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.